Top news. Fever star reveals Caitlin Clark's mental flip after facing one of the most difficult decisions. There's no mentioning basketball today without the inclusion of Caitlin Clark. And yet, all the spotlight doesn't seem to faze her. It never has. Not when she spent her childhood playing on boys' soccer and basketball teams, breaking barriers just to play the sport she loved. Not when she shattered records to become the NCAA's all-time scoring leader. And definitely not when she became the WNBA in her very first season. Through it all, one thing has always carried her forward: her unshakable mental strength. But that strength had to take on its greatest test when she faced her biggest challenge, but in a whole new way. We know that Clark's 2025 season was marred by multiple injuries. Here's a quick timeline. She first suffered a left quad injury on May 24th, missing 5 games, before returning to score 32 points on June 14th. A left groin injury on June 24th sidelined her for 4 more games. CC endured a right groin injury on July 15th, ending her season early and forcing her to skip the All-Star game. She gradually resumed non-contact work in late August, but never returned to full practice. On September 4th, Clark announced she would miss the remainder of the regular season and any postseason action. This was brutal for someone who had been among the top MVP contenders, was supposed to have a historic season, was just a 23-year-old, and had never missed a single regular season game in their entire college career. And suddenly had to accept a brutal decision to sit out the season.
So, what did she do?
Recently, her teammate Sydney Colson revealed how Clark adjusted her mindset during her injury. Speaking on Good Follow, she said, "It was good to see a lighter side of her, you know? I think especially when she was injured, you're having to adjust your mindset. You're having to get mentally tougher." She shared how watching your team from the outside is tough, but I was talking to her a lot about staying vocal, Colson said. You know, you don't want to lose this time with your teammates because you're injured or sidelined. You're still using that opportunity to lead or to grow relationships. Don't let it be a wasted season just because you can't physically contribute, she added. Well, we can say Clark embodied every bit of all that. Through it all, she barely missed any games as a cheerleader for her team. The ones she did miss were for personal reasons. Meanwhile, the entire Fever roster, battling 5 season-ending injuries, became the loudest, proudest unit, even labeling themselves the bench mob. CC even stepped up as Coach Clark, often instructing teammates or drawing up plays, and they listened.
Why?
The most important part of leadership, she says, whether that's the WNBA or corporate America, comes down to relationships and really caring about the people you surround yourself with. Why would my teammates want to listen to me if I didn't have a relationship with them? She adds. And relationship and friendship was the theme of Fever season. Protect the culture was their motto from the get-go. And it seriously can't get better than what they have right now in that locker room. Every season wrap post, every shout-out, reflected the same message. They made new bonds and stuck together, defying the odds to reach the semis. It was the mentality of not me, but us, that ensured this season was far from wasted for Clark. Maybe not on the court, but she embraced every moment and had a blast doing it. And now, with the off-season upon her, the big question is, where is she headed next? Caitlin Clark's off-season plans. Clark played in just 13 games during the 2025 WNBA season. While trying to return from rehabbing her right groin injury, the 6-foot guard also suffered a separate bone bruise in her left ankle. During her Fever exit interview, Clark provided an update on her recovery. "I've been working really hard to get back to full health, and I feel like probably over these last couple of weeks is when I've probably started feeling my best. My ankle didn't allow me to really see where my groin was at," Clark said. She said she plans to rest briefly before resuming rehab. "I don't really want to set back the work I've done. I'm just trying to get my body back to full health, some basketball stuff I need to get ready for." Fever guard also hinted at potential opportunities, though she hasn't revealed any plans yet. Last year, she was offered a 7-figure deal with equity and revenue-sharing options in Unrivaled's inaugural season but declined. The league, co-founded by WNBA stars Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart, still has its doors open for her, though reports suggest the Unrivaled 3x3 league is unlikely this season. I think you always explore every opportunity, and I haven't made any decisions, and I don't know what that's necessarily going to look like for me. Clark.